this one is a level 7. We're doing it in Python. It's called Suitcase packing. So as always, there's a link to this challenge in the show notes right below the video. Try it out before watching. That's the best way to learn, is to do it yourself, and then you've always got the video to fall back on. So Mr. Square is going on a holiday. He wants to bring 2 of his favorite squares with him, so he put them in his rectangle suitcase. Okay, write a function that, given the size of the squares, so there's the 2 squares, the sides of each square, return whether the squares can fit in the suitcase. So M and N are the sizes of the suitcase. A and B are the sizes of the squares. So one thing you can do here is, if you don't like the name of these parameters, you can change them. So what I can do here is we can go square 1, square 2, and then we can call it the length and width. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we have to put the 2 squares side by side. Okay. So we need to figure out how wide that's going to be. So if they're side by side, we need to figure out what is the combined length of both of the 2 squares together. Okay, so combined is going to be equal to square 1 plus square 2. Okay, and actually I should call these sides because it's the side of a square. So we'll do side. Names are important. You'd be surprised. You're stuck with variable names the minute you start using them. It's very hard to change variable names once your code is in production. So it's good to have good names to start off with. Okay, so there's the combined. Now the largest side is going to be whichever one of these 2 is bigger. So we'll do largest is going to be equal to, so we're going to take those 2 sides, put them in a list, and then figure out which one is bigger by taking this list and putting it in the Python max function. Okay, so there's the largest square. So what we'll do is we've got 2 scenarios. Okay, so if combined is less than or equal to the length of the suitcase, okay, then we need to figure out is the largest less than or equal to the width. Okay, otherwise else let's do, okay, so we'll do a elif combined is less than or equal to the width, then we'll return the opposite. So we'll say, okay, return is the largest less than or equal to the length, because in this function you're not always guaranteed to have, it's not always going to be big number, small number. See, they kind of change here. So there's small, big. So you don't know which of these 2 sides is going to be the bigger one. So you have to do it kind of symmetrically for both. Okay, so if we fail out of that, then we just return false, because the combined is not less than that. It's not less than that. So we've got to always return something here. So we've got a third case here. So let's test this out. All right, these are passing. I'm sure there's ways to make this better. So let's submit this, and can always just